Infinite Stratus was something. Well, it could have been something. This anime brings up mixed emotions with me because it was my first intro to anime that was not, well, Dragon Ball Z, which is arguably the best Dragon Ball ever. I would end up loving Infinite Stratus because number one, I was 9 or 10 years old, so this thing looked like a masterpiece from the animation to the storytelling. Oh god, I had such poor taste when I was younger. And number two, well, big, jiggly anime tit! It was something new that changed my life completely. And sometimes I even think of what ifs. What if I hadn't found that YouTube video containing episode 1 of Infinite Stratus? You know, maybe I could have been popular, maybe I wouldn't be so antisocial, and maybe I could actually talk to women without shutting down or doing something stupid. You know, maybe, just maybe, I could have a girlfriend. Oh, the dream. Oh, the dream. So, be me, 17. Revisit one of the first animes you ever watched, Infinite Stratus. Remember about how big of an impression it left on you when you were younger. Remember how it led you to love anime. Watch the first season for the purpose of nostalgia. How the fuck does that happen? To summarize the summary of the plot, the IS was originally a spacesuit. A mecha spacesuit to travel outer space and do outer space things. But then it was turned into a war crime machine by a woman called Tabane Shin who is definitely not the bad guy here. Definitely not the bad guy. Not the bad guy. And so, only women can use the IS, so they make up a whole academy for this thing to train pilots for the future and whatnot. Tabane had asked the UN to help fund the IS, but they said no. And Tabane, definitely not butthurt, did not just hack into every single military system in the world to then throw all their bombs and missiles and shit at Japan, just so like the IS can conveniently be there and like block everything. And you know what really bothers me is that people should know that it's her. They should know that. Everybody in the anime should know that it's her. Like honestly, and it just boggles my mind how they don't. She look, a super genius, and her item, which was not given the green light to like get funded from the UN themselves, was conveniently placed there to block everything.
A fucking coffee, and terrorists roll through with AKs, and the person next to you has their brains blown out.
Also, there's the fact that the IS was able to block everything, which really bothers me, alright? The human brain cannot process information fast enough to do that, and it doesn't matter if the person was the perfect human being, it doesn't matter, it should still not work. It should not work, especially with how the anime told us how they did it. Now, here's the thing. Anime are works of fiction, and fiction is oftentimes unrealistic, right? But even with the unrealism, there's supposed to be a place for realism to it. And this is for everybody that's watching this video, not just the author himself, right? As long as it makes sense, that's enough, alright? That is enough. For example, the concept of the show that only women can use the IS is unrealistic, but it also realistic to some degree. It makes sense to me. Alright? And that's it. That's all you have to do. Just make it make sense, and people will actually understand. Unlike the fact that the UN banned any military in the world from using the IS. Picture this, my good amigo. Just imagine, right? Imagine that a dad and his son are on a walk in the park, and then all of a sudden this happens. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? You see it, right? Alright, that's all the exposition. Let's move on. For the love of God, please. Please, Lord, please. Infinite Stratus follows Ichika Orimura, our male protagonist. He's a special guy because he has a peen. That's pretty much it. Also, he's very fucking retarded. Like, insanely retarded. Like, there's no way. There's, like, he's a major turnoff for the show. Or at least a warning sign. You see, the anime's characters are not really that well written. Right? Especially the main cast. I hope to God the light novel is better than this. Mishimada, aka Shapeshifting Titties, aka Morphing Time, aka Character Customization, aka The Great Milk Bag! And there's Jifuyu, Ichika's sister, who used to be an IS champion, but later retired and became a teacher in IS Academy. Also, she's kind of a bitch. It's worth mentioning that the anime was made somewhere in the 2010s, so the whole hurt the main character because lefunny.exe trope is a thing here. I never found this trope funny, and honestly, as of now, I find it quite detestable, which is kind of affecting my overall thoughts of the show since it's very common in the anime. So yeah, W writing. Yeah. Also, there's the fact that Ichika doesn't know nothing about the IS, which is very, very strange considering that his sister, who he admires, built up a whole career with the IS, and at one point was the pound for pound, like, undisputed IS champion of the world. And he knows jack shit to the equivalent of the iPhone, but mech suit. Huh? Is it true that Japanese boys have small penises? What are you talking about, lady? Let me measure that dick, little rice boy. Hey, yo! This is Cecilia Elcott, who is a British representative contender. She's basically like the Usain Bolt for UK for the IS. And that's it. That's her whole character. Then we have Houki, Ichika's childhood friend, who is definitely not related to Tabane no, even though her name is Houki no. Oh, you never accepted my heart, you piece of shit, man, you little scum, you'll be The next day, I have to choose class rep, so they choose Ichika because, well, he has a penis, and they like the penis, I guess. Cecilia doesn't like this, so then she goes... And Ichika doesn't like the way Cecilia talks about him, so then he goes... And now they're fighting over the title of class rep. Guys, exposition time! Yay! 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 Alright, so an IS core, the thing that powers up the IS, is basically a Lego Chima ball, which is just a blue ball of ancestral and companies do not try to make their own IS core because only Tabane can make them, and the reason isn't specified. So instead, companies rely on Tabane to make one. So basically, Tabane just like plops one out, like an Amish woman plops out a baby every other month. Skip to lunchtime. Some second-year tries to have a taste of the goods between Ichika's legs, but Houki little bros her really badly too. Ouch! So then Houki like drags Ichika to a dojo and says, "Oh yes, Ichika, I want to teach you in the ways of the IS because my sister is Tabane." No. So I know everything. In fact, she does not know anything, and they just do kendo the whole fucking week until like fight day. What a waste of fucking time. Fight day is here. Ichika's given his own IS. It's called the Byakushiki. We're not gonna call it that. What's the English translation for this fucking shit? White form. White form. White power! Him and Cecilia then fight. He's losing, then his IS just like transforms into something fucking awful. I'm a fan of like character designs and like other things, right? And when I look at this thing, it looks fucking disgusting. I am sorry. I fucking loathe it. I hate it. I hate it. It's like it's so fucking gross to look at. I'm sorry. I like the design. I can't even fucking talk because I'm so fucking mad at it. I'm sorry. Look. I don't like most of the designs of the IS in the show. I like 2 or 3, and that's it. And Ichika has to be like the fucking worst out of all of them because like it actually hurts my fucking eyes. But at least he has an energy sword, so that's pretty cool, I guess. That's pretty cool. With his transformation, he starts to win because the plot demands it. But he ends up losing because his energy shield was broken, and if he were to continue, he'd die via body being torn apart by a human-sized bullet. Now Cecilia wants to ride on his dick because, you know, he's the MC. She carries as the generic protagonist, Riz. Ichika's class president. Ichika's class president because Cecilia wants to do tricks on his dick like a circus freak. And she's trying to do it as fast as possible because the whole school is filled with fucking whores and sluts. Now we have class, and oh, for fuck's sake, I love Mao! Glory to Mao! This here is Rin. She is Ichika's second childhood best friend. And the most irritating character followed by Houki. And like everyone else in the school, she wants to flavor his goods. I'm sorry. She's the most daring girl as of now. Cause she even tries to like switch dorms with Houki in order to like get into Ichika's pantalones sooner than ever. This horny slut. But Houki ain't letting that slide. She fighting back. She fighting back, but then Rin wins because she partially transforms into her IS arm. Somehow. I don't know how that works, and I don't know how the way is like supporting her thing, but hey, it works, so. I look ready to Mao. All hail Mao. So then she goes up to Ichika and asks him, saying, "Hey, Ichika, do you remember that promise you made when you were younger?" And then they start talking back and forth about how she would cook food for him every single day, and he misinterprets it, and he misinterprets that. Fuck! He misunderstands this as her saying, "Hey, I'll just make you food every single day." It was actually like a marriage proposal, so she gets big mad, like real big mad. Huh? I cannot believe this. 我想戏有当中把我送给，我当说到下戏动上为我把我送把线到位，我啥我在戏到头上动当送上 boy， 我少少连 one pong soup extra rice 都他戏动把我送刚动上哇，我盘上台戏都少少，他送看动上动帮我，我的 more fight the power long live more。 They're fighting it out because she's mad at him and shit. So then he starts losing, he starts winning, and then this happens. Lights it up like it's Columbine. I'm gonna call him Megatron because he reminds me of Megatron in a weird way. Also, he's like the most fun I've had while watching this show, so. Very cool, very cool. Ichika takes one good look at Megatron's color scheme and he goes, "Nah, Adwin." Houki like pops out of the vent Among Us style.
On that.
Sure, but it'll miss it.
It'll be fine even if it does miss. All right, let's do this!
Why are you out there?
If you're a man, you'd better defeat the enemy completely!
The fuck? You stupid hoe!
Oh crap! Houki!
Celia appears and they just jump the man. They just jump Megatron. And later on, it is revealed that Rin is such a bitch because her parents got divorced and now she lives with her mom. Which makes so much sense. Holy shit, it's a fanboy. It's a fanboy. This is Charles. He is the redeeming quality of the show. Practical class, they're out in the field. Chifuyu comes in and goes, "If you guys show them how it's done, I'll give you my little bro's feet pics. I know you want them. You're drooling for them. Do it for the feet. The petite man feet." Oh, okay, that's pretty gay. Alright, so the peeps have their own personal ISs, help out the people who don't have their own personal ISs to drive practical IS. Drive. Then Houki gets her ass like bridal carried by Ichika, which makes her cooch gush like a hidden African well. And then we get her backstory. We will talk about that later.
Für richtig Geld. Und du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie...
Charles and Ishka are getting ready for the tournament arc, but then Laura comes in and shoots him with a fucking rail cannon.
All in the glory of the fatherland!
Ishka, being a creep, eavesdrops on Fuyu and Laura having a conversation.
Even Dyson known there. Oyster Beine Steinebau. Wonderburger. Katzenbeine. Luxemburger, Luxemburger. Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz. Nein, als Personalsnahme. Volkswagen, Katzen, Luxemburger, Toyota Supra. Nein, Anfang sein der Datename. Nein, Toyota Supra.
Damn, dog, I gotta take a shit. Where's your dick at? Where's your dick at? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Charles is actually a girl whose real name is Charlotte.
Through the
power of an unsolicited flashback, we learn that Charlotte is the daughter of Benoit, who is the creator of Benoit Enterprises, their original name, and is an IS company, and one of the top IS companies in the world of the IS lore academy thing. And even though like their overall ranking is in the top 3, they are behind in development and research for new IS types. So since they're behind, Benoit says, hey, daughter, who I don't give a shit about, go to this school, pretend to be a guy, get closer to this guy, and steal his data. And then I will love you. Because she has daddy issues. Basically being a spy for her daddy. Okay, pause. Basically being a spy for her father and her company. But now that she's been exposed, she has to return to her father. But then Ishka pulls out like some fucking school rule book, the same size as Mao's Little Red Book. It even looks like Mao's Little Red Book because it's fucking red. And starts talking about how the academy technically has custody over her until she graduates, saying that no company or government will be able to take her away under the school's little law thing. Although does this also work against people who are blood related or not? It is not explained. So to anyone who read like the light novel, can you please tell me? Because I'm gonna read the light novel after this, I promise you, so I can like see, so I can better understand this, okay? Because I'm a bit confused. What else? Oh yeah, Laura has piss in her eye. I don't know why she has it, she just has it, so be careful. You'll get pink eye. Winner of the tournament gets to fuck Ichika. That's it. And later cuts. Motherfucker. It later then cuts to Rin and Cecilia, both in the field of training, motivated at the chance of sampling the man's goods. And then Laura appears and they start being racist to each other. Laura sends some fucking business and beats the ever-loving Kong out of Rin's foo and turns Cecilia's biscuits into cookies. She putting them on a montage. She putting them on a t-shirt like she fucking black. Ichika comes to rescue them.
Just we should give this to the citizens. Makes so much sense.
Please, Byakushki, let me use the ignition boost just one more time.
Okay, keep shut. What the fuck? What the fuck? Wait. What the fuck are you doing? What? Why? Why? You idiot! You idiot! What?
No problem.
No! Why are you leaving them there? The fuck?
If only I had my own IS.
Fuyu comes in with a giant robo samurai sword and like stops the whole conflict from getting worse. And then Rin and Cecilia are taken to the medical wing of the hospital where they are disqualified from competing in the tournament. Then because you know they're such like horny freaks, they tell like Ichika to like not lose at all. So then he's paired with Charlotte. For plot reasons, Houki and Laura are paired together. Houki are fighting Ichka and Charlotte, which is pretty cool. I like this. Very direct, not wasting anybody's time, which is pretty cool. Houki and Laura are losing pretty badly because Houki is the equivalent of Simplejack using an IS. And Ichka, for some reason, gets like a 50% stat boost when he's fighting an IS of a dark color scheme. Laura gets tired of this and like pulls a Kirito where she goes, Hex mode's on, and starts like leaking like gray goo.
Nano machine, son!
And then takes the form of Chifuyu, and we're put dick first into another flashback. In this flashback, we learn that Laura is a test tube baby. Gross. She's made to be a German super soldier, but when put into an IS, she couldn't perform the way the German government wanted her to. She was deemed a failure. But then Chifuyu came to Germany because the Germans owed her a favor and said, hey, train this bitch, and she did. Laura and Chifuyu's relationship was something like that of family. But to her, she feels as if Ichika ripped apart the familial bond she had with Chifuyu. And to also be so weak and feeble compared to her savior, she could never accept the fact that she left her for him. Anyhow, Ichika like cuts open the IS, you know, with all that. And Laura now wants a piece of his meat. Oh, so the best thing is Charlotte. I'm starting to think this man's a homosexual.
Oh no, not at all. I think
Something just snapped! Something inside of me!
Devine is introduced and she's a raging lesbian. Yay. The whole crux of these 3 episodes is very, very straightforward. America and Israel did an oopsie. The 2 nations created an NIS fighting with Silver Gospel. We're gonna call him Judas. Judas is an unmanned IS which is piloted by an AI. But I went rogue because they took his shekels away from him, and now he wants his shekels back. And won't stop at nothing until he has all the shekels of the world. Then Devine's great plan is giving Houki an IS to kind of like fight Judas. Devine released the IS. Houki was forced to move around, so she got mad and beat the ever-living shit out of people during kendo practice. And now you may think that, oh, she was mad because she couldn't live a normal life. And to that I say wrong. She's actually mad because she never got to confess her love to Ichika when she was around goblin height. So pretty dumb. Now, as you know, these flashbacks usually correlate with the actions taken in the anime, like Laura's disdain for Ichika, and wanted to prove to Chifuyu that she was wrong. Houki, on the other hand, bullies the shit out of Ichika for not wanting to do things her way. Like, isn't he the whole point why she hated her sister? And I know the whole trope of hit the MC equal funny is happening, but her getting mad at him for not wanting to do a sport that he used to do when he was goblin height seemed pretty fucking stupid, especially given their age at this point. But should she still hate Tabane, right? No, she stopped doing that once she gave her an IS, so let's go back. I am the Billy of the Eilish the way I be tricking off to myself in the mirror. That's an actual thing, by the way. I am literally Rosa Parks because I sit on business, so fuck on my pussy, please. Fuck on my pussy good. And then they fly off to like beat the living crap out of Judas. What the fuck is that? Shekels detected! Master Danish Shekels! They're going dick to dick. No, wait. They're going clit to clit, even with their best efforts. They're losing to Chappie but Jew. Then Ichika sees a boat and starts going like, hey, we need to save them. And then Houki comes in and says, no, that's a poaching boat. Then they start yapping for like 20 minutes in their world, and then they split up. And then Ichika like gets clapped like a 2D woman in a fucking ugly bastard hentai. Ichika's not in a coma, and nobody's taking it well. Especially Houki. She blames herself for this happening since it was her fault. Let's be honest, it was her fault.
It's you, please don't leave me. Don't leave me.
But then the rest of the girls with Houki decided to avenge Ichika because he lost to Chappy Pikachu. Meanwhile, with Ichika, ¿dónde carajo estoy? ¿Por qué carajo estoy hablando de masquerador de cocaína? Oh, mierda. Oh, chucha madre de la verga. Alguien me drogó mis drogas para drogarme. ¿Qué carajo? Oye, ¿quién fue? ¿Quién hizo esto? Esto no puede ser. ¿Quiénes son esos pies? Oye, me drogaste mis drogas. ¿Me diste fentanyl? ¿Qué dijiste?
Younger than me. These are the only people with ideas. You cannot give me any advice.
And what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
You're an insane person. How could you say something? It's okay that.
So let me ask you, you like the Azog battalion?
Things that I love about Hitler. I
Gracias, Kanye. Me abierto los ojos. El verdadero enemigo nunca fue el clan de KFC. Fueron esos repugnantes, asquerosos y codiciosos Pinocchio bastardos. With your power, Kanye, I'll make sure that none of these bastards stand before me! Something funny. I've recorded this specific part of the video around 72 times already. Infinite Strategist was my first anime, but it certainly will not be my last. And even though I do hate the anime with a burning passion, I also still love it. It is inevitable, right? I mean, it is my first. And even though it's my first, I still have to acknowledge all the bad that comes with it, all the faults, and all the things that it's lacking, like the pacing, the irreverent characters, the writing, even the lackluster world building. Because I feel like they could have done more with it, with the use of PMCs and corporate warfare and stuff like that. You know, kind of like Cyberpunk, but not entirely like Cyberpunk. You catch my drift? So, could this anime have been something more, something great, and not the mediocre thing it is today? The mediocre thing that part of me does not want to let go because it's a reminder of simpler times. This little thing that I feel sentimental to, and I'll bet a little emotional. I don't know, but what I do know is that it had potential, but it will never be achieved.